Hi, I'm Steven, but you already know that, and I don't love you, and I'm talking way too quickly, and I said way too much shit. Sorry, I went a little off the handle there. We're gonna go right into my analysis of the Normal album by Will Wood, exploring its themes of normalcy, conformity, and what those things can have as an effect on specifically the mentally ill. So let's just get right into it with the first song. Alright, so this album, it follows a guy. We're gonna call him Socrates for the sake of this video. We see him first in the song Second Sight Seer. That was fun, goodbye. And he's in a downward spiral. I'm talking straight down. He's zoinked out of his mind. He's wasted. He's walking around. He's blacked out. He's wasted again. Better adjective. Couldn't find it. But basically, he's treated as an other by the society. And he is treated like an other because of the way that he is first.
He's a little... You get it. You understand.
But also because of his mental illness, which we're going to come back to later. So shut up about it. Get out of my head. Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop. Whatever. I went a little off the handle there. But basically, yeah, he's treated as an other. He's in a downward spiral. He's trying to cope. And like manic episode right now caused by drugs and mental illness. Again, we're going to get back to it. Shut. We next see Socrates in the song Black Box Warrior OK Ultra, and Socrates is dead! I'm just kidding. He's on the ground seizing, so pick your battles. But basically, he's on the ground seizing because of an allergic reaction he's having to a prescription drug that he's been given for his mental illness, which is cluster B type personality disorder, specifically like the bipolar side, which is, you know, what I said we'd come back to earlier, so you can shut. But yeah, anyway, he's been resuscitated by the lovely hospital staff because he happened to collapse in a hospital. Once he wakes up, a psychiatrist starts talking to him, and it doesn't really get translated into the song, but there's a bunch of medical jargon that he throws at him, which is shown by Socrates remembering what he wants to, but it's just a spew of metaphor upon metaphor upon symbolism upon metaphor, which I spent hours decoding, and I know what it means. You're not supposed to, but like it just says stuff like. Did you not see once you actually decode it, it shows Socrates' negative feelings towards himself.
Which, like, he's always struggling with his mental illness, and he's always into his other, which he's like really resented. But he's internalized because they've always been presented to him, because he's always been this way. But he's trying to internalize.
All the doctors who don't care about him send him off with is a change of medication so he doesn't literally go into anaphylactic shock and die. They don't do anything about his mental illness. They don't try to help him or console him at all. They just spew all this medical nonsense at him and then send him on his way with a different medication, which will hopefully not kill him this time. Anyway, next song. The next song we see Socrates in is Love Me Normally. This song takes place a while after the last one, and we see Socrates as a guest star on a late night show, and we see him walk on there to play his music, which gets a little confusing in the music video, which we're going to come back to later.
But it's like Will Wood portraying Socrates, but they're not the same person, and you got it.
Basically, this song is Socrates on the verge of suicide. Yeah. This song takes place a while after the last one. You can tell because of like maybe not their ideals, but the society itself has completely gotten to Socrates. He's fully in the mindset of, man, I hate myself. He hates himself, like hates himself. But yeah,
like he doesn't want to be associated with himself. He's made this whole other identity that he's trying to associate with, but he hates it because it's not him. But he also hates him because he is him. It's very confusing.
He makes this whole identity, which is a mishmash of traits and features that society likes, but he still gets shunned because it's very obvious that it's an act.
But now, instead of being shunned and being himself, he's being shunned and not being himself, which leads to, you guessed it, your head in the gutter, your brains on the wall. He wants to put a bullet in his head with a gun.
In the beginning, he writes off by writing his suicide note on a mirror in lipstick. And to quote,
"In lipstick on the mirror are the lyrics to my obituary, and I am a pentameter. Oh, forever. All right,
Alright, you got it. He's making it. He's wrote his suicide note in a way that's easily adjustable to others because he wrote it for them. He doesn't need it. He doesn't want it. He wrote it for other people, so he wrote it in a way that's easily adjustable. Do you see how insane that is? Especially for a suicide note? Like, but like, what
is he doing?
He's not himself anymore. He hates himself, actually. And like, eventually the song goes on. He projects his feelings onto the audience. He tells them to look to the boy, girl, not the both are in between that they brought with them tonight. He is still more accepting than the society, but still, he tells them to look into each other's eyes and love them the way that they aren't unique. Love them the way that they fit in. Love them the way that he wants to be loved right now. Love them the way that he feels everyone needs to be loved, because he feels like nobody wants to be loved for themselves because he hates himself. Why would anybody else like themselves? He hates himself. So he talks to them and he tries to get them to love each other for like the way everybody else is.
You know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, it's horrible. And then this happens.
William, what I want you to understand is that for people with your diagnosis for cluster B type personalities, those kinds of symptoms are, for want of a better word, normal. However, I'm still going to boost your Lamictal. I think that we're going to move up to 300 milligrams of the Lamictal, and we'll do 300 milligrams of the Wellbutrin as well, and we'll take it from there. Well, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was insane. The psychiatrist clearly doesn't care about him. But like, the whole thing is revealed to be in a psychiatrist's office. None of it was actually real, and he's just recounting his symptoms to a psychiatrist who, again, clearly does not care about him. You saw the way that he acted. Like,
what?
but like it's insane. All he does is up his medication and send him on his way, which brings us to our next song. And this song is Marcia, thank you for the dialectics, but I need you to leave. Boy, what a title. This song finds Socrates back in his old habit of making fun of Conformers. He's crawling back out of this hole in the turning point after I, me, myself. Anyway, back into the song. He is making fun of Conformers. This time he's using satire to bring attention to their mental health issues, which they don't want you to see, but they do have them. Specifically saying,
Well, back in my day, we didn't need no feel-good pills or no psychiatrists.
we just bled out in our baths. And goddammit, we liked it. Just showing attention how they did have a whole bunch of mental health
Not
problems.
just the vaccines that cause the autism. It's not just the 5G that you can get from Verizon right now. Get it, kill your family.
That's the whole purpose of the choruses of this song, is to make fun of them, but the actual main theme of this song is Will's identity and what he thinks it is, and specifically how his medication for his mental health is changing his identity, or at least what he thinks is his identity. He's asking himself questions like,
Am I still me? Am I still me? If I have to take something that my body's been produced to be me, how much of me is still left in here? With how much medication am I taking?
and now he's actually switched psychiatrists and he has one that actually gives a shit about him. So like he reassures him like, yeah, no, there was never really a you. You are defined by what you think you are. You are a collection of chemistry and cells that have decided that they are going to be one being called Socrates. They've all banded together and now you are here. But anyway, that's the whole point of that. The final song of the album, and definitely the most important one, is Memento Mori, the most important thing in the world. And despite the happy piano music that you're hearing behind me right now, it is a very morbid song. The title literally means that you right there, you all watching this video, you're going to die. And that's okay. It's very empowering for Socrates to like hear this. This whole song happens after a revelation, after he talked to the good doctor. But he resonates in his soul that one day he's going to die. And that's a really, really great motivator for him to actually move forward in his life and be him. Why would he waste a second trying to be someone that he's not? The answer is, you don't. Alright, but in conclusion, I gotta go really fast because I'm running out of time.
There's this guy called Socrates, and he is raised in this conformist like, I can't be myself, everything sucks. It's true, so he starts taking drugs to help him cope with that. But it doesn't really work, and it just causes him more harm than good. And then when he actually starts taking drugs, they're supposed to help him, he goes and ran into electric shock and almost dies. And luckily he resuscitated, but then he starts exploring himself. He starts figuring stuff out after his suicide time. And then he emerges. Once he realizes one day he's going to die, and he's not scared of that, he's not resentful of that, he just recognizes that there's a time limit. And to be himself, he has to stick to it. He doesn't have time to be anything else. Which is really important, and it's a very good message to take from this. But yeah, that's it. Like, subscribe, help me, please!